I remember my patient Arthur, a 72-year-old veteran from Ohio. He once told me with tears in his eyes that he felt like a fading shadow because he could no longer lift his grandson or even walk to his mailbox without his legs trembling. It broke my heart to see such a strong man feel so helpless. But today, Arthur is back in his garden, moving with a grace that reminds me of the centenarians I studied in Okinawa, Japan. In Okinawan, culture aging is not a decline, but a second spring. They stay vibrant by fueling their bodies with specific life-giving nutrients. Today, I want to share that hope with you. We are diving into the 7 primary high-protein foods foundational to the Okinawan diet for rebuilding muscle after 60. These are your tools to reclaim your strength and independence. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from and what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. As a doctor, I often hear my patients say they eat the same way they always have, yet they feel their strength slipping away like sand through their fingers. It is a frustrating feeling to lose the ability to do the things you love, like walking through a park or simply standing up from a favorite chair. This happens because as the human body ages past 60, it experiences something called anabolic resistance. Think of your muscles as a garden that has become a bit less sensitive to the rain. In this state, your skeletal muscle becomes less sensitive to the stimulus of dietary protein. This means that the protein you eat, the very building blocks of your strength, isn't being heard by your body as clearly as it used to be. This resistance makes it significantly harder to maintain your muscle mass and ward off a condition we call sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. In Japan, there is a beautiful concept called kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold, making it stronger and more beautiful than before. We can look at our aging bodies with that same spirit of care. While the traditional Okinawan diet is famous for its low-protein, high-carbohydrate ratio, the seniors there have a secret. To overcome this natural resistance, Okinawan seniors rely on highly bioavailable nutrient-dense protein sources to successfully rebuild their muscle. They don't just eat more, they eat smarter. They choose proteins that the body can easily recognize and use, almost like giving that garden a specialized kind of nourishment that it can finally absorb. But nutrition is only half of the story in the Okinawan way of life. They believe that the body was meant to move a concept they call natural movement. This isn't about running marathons, but rather the simple, consistent actions of daily life, such as gardening, walking, and the traditional habit of repeatedly sitting and standing from floor mats. This constant activity provides the necessary mechanical stimulation to direct the proteins you eat toward muscle synthesis. It is as if the movement tells your body, yes, we need this protein right here in these legs and these arms. By combining the right foods with these gentle movements, we can start to turn the tide against muscle loss and find our second spring. Many of my colleagues in the United States often find themselves puzzled by the Okinawan paradox. You see, the traditional Okinawan diet is world famous for being low protein and high carbohydrate. At first glance, this seems to contradict everything we know about building muscle in our later years. However, the secret lies in the precision of their choices. To overcome the anabolic resistance we discussed earlier, Okinawan seniors don't just consume any protein, they rely on highly bioavailable, nutrient-dense protein sources to successfully rebuild muscle. Bioavailability is a fancy medical term, but it simply means how much of that protein your body can actually catch and use for repair. In the Okinawan kitchen, every bite is designed to be recognized and welcomed by your aging cells. There is a beautiful Japanese philosophy called shokuiku, which focuses on how we nurture our bodies through the wisdom of food. Okinawans understand that protein doesn't work in a vacuum. To maximize the muscle rebuilding efficacy of these proteins, they typically consume them alongside a low-glycemic, antioxidant-rich matrix of sweet potatoes, seaweed, and turmeric. Think of this as a supportive team. While the protein acts as the builder, this colorful matrix provides stable energy and cellular repair, ensuring the environment is perfect for muscle synthesis. This is why an Okinawan elder might enjoy a small piece of fish, but it is always surrounded by vibrant purple potatoes and deep green sea vegetables. When we look at their plates, we don't just see fuel, we see a legacy of health. By choosing proteins that are easy for a senior's body to digest and pairing them with ingredients that reduce inflammation, they create a perfect storm for strength. As we move forward, I want you to stop worrying about eating more and start thinking about eating better. We are going to explore the specific foods that make this possible, starting with the heart of the Okinawan table. You will see that rebuilding your strength is not about a grueling diet, but about embracing these gentle, nutrient-dense treasures that have sustained the longest-lived people on Earth for centuries. In my years of practice, I have noticed that many of my American patients are hesitant about plant proteins, fearing they aren't strong enough to rebuild muscle. But in Okinawa, they have a saying that the soil provides everything the soul and body need to thrive. One of the most important treasures from this soil is Shima Tofu, also known as island tofu. For those who find standard grocery store tofu too soft or bland, Shima Tofu is a revelation. It is significantly denser and firmer than the tofu we typically see, which means it provides a much higher concentration of protein in every single serving. This density is exactly what a body over 60 needs to combat anabolic resistance. It is a complete plant protein, meaning it provides all 9 essential amino acids that your muscles require to repair themselves after a day of movement. What truly makes this tofu special is the traditional way it is crafted. It is curdled using nigari, which is magnesium chloride derived from seawater. This ancient method ensures the tofu is rich in essential minerals that do far more than just build muscle. These minerals support your bone health and are critical for the electrical signals that allow for healthy muscle contraction. When you eat this tofu, you aren't just eating a meal, you are reinforcing the very structure of your body. It reminds me of the sturdy stone walls you see throughout the Okinawan countryside, simple, strong, and built to last for generations. However, as we age, our digestive efficiency often begins to decline, making it harder for our bodies to break down and absorb nutrients. The Okinawans solved this problem long ago through the magic of fermentation. By utilizing fermented soy products like miso and natto, they provide their bodies with the form of pre-digested protein. The fermentation process led by beneficial bacteria and fungi breaks down the complex structures of the soy before it even reaches your plate. This greatly increases the bioavailability and absorption of amino acids, ensuring that your muscles actually receive the help they need without taxing your digestive system. Natto. A staple of the Japanese breakfast is particularly powerful for seniors because it is packed with vitamin K2. This nutrient is a vital partner for your heart and bones, helping to maintain bone density and cardiovascular health as you age. Transitioning from the strength of the earth to the vitality of the sea, we find even more tools for our journey of renewal. As we leave the quiet soybean fields and look toward the shimmering blue horizon of the Pacific, we find another essential pillar of the Okinawan longevity. Many of my patients tell me that as they age, their joints feel stiff and their muscles feel heavy, as if they are constantly fighting an invisible weight. This is often due to chronic low-grade inflammation, a process we doctors sometimes call inflammaging. To combat this, Okinawans regularly turn to the sea-consuming small oily fish like sardines, mackerel, and anchovies. These small but mighty creatures are high-quality protein sources that provide the body with much more than just the building blocks for muscle. They are packed with vitamin D, vitamin B12, and life-giving omega-3 fatty acids. The omega-3s found in these marine proteins are particularly important for you if you are over 60. Think of these fats as a gentle, soothing oil for your internal machinery. They help to reduce that chronic inflammation that makes your muscles feel sluggish and unresponsive. Even more importantly, these fatty acids act like a tuning fork, helping to sensitize your skeletal muscles to amino acids. By doing this, they actively combat the anabolic resistance we talked about earlier, making it much easier for your body to hear the signal to grow and repair muscle. When you eat these fish, you are essentially telling your muscles to wake up and start working again. In Okinawa, there is a deep respect for the ocean's bounty. They don't just see fish as a meal, but as a gift that keeps their engine running smoothly. To maximize the benefits, these marine proteins are often enjoyed alongside a matrix of antioxidant-rich foods like seaweed and turmeric. This combination provides stable energy and supports cellular repair throughout the entire body. I often encourage my patients to think of their meals as a symphony, where the fish provides the melody and the colorful vegetables provide the harmony. And remember, the magic happens when this nutrition is paired with constant natural movement, like a simple walk by the water or spending time in a garden. This movement provides the mechanical stimulation needed to direct these wonderful proteins straight into your muscles. When I talk to my patients about the Okinawan diet, they are often surprised to learn that it isn't strictly vegetarian. In fact, traditional Okinawan culture holds a deep respect for lean pork, though it was historically enjoyed as a celebratory food. For a senior, over 60 lean pork provides essential nutrients that are often difficult to get from plants alone, such as iron, zinc, and the vital vitamin B12. However, the secret isn't just in the meat itself, but in a traditional cooking style known as the Rafute method. Okinawans traditionally simmer the meat for hours, a slow and patient process that does two remarkable things for your health. First, it removes excess fat, making it a heart-healthy choice. Second, it tenderizes the muscle fibers until they practically melt, making it much easier for older adults to chew and digest, especially if they struggle with dental issues. This long simmering process also breaks down connective tissues into collagen and gelatin, which acts as a soothing balm to support your joint health as you move through your day. Alongside this traditional meat dish, the Okinawans cherish another simple treasure, the humble egg. In the world of nutrition, we often call eggs the gold standard of protein because they possess the perfect ratio of essential amino acids for human use. For my patients who feel they are losing their strength, I explain that eggs are highly rich in leucine. Think of leucine as a light switch for your body. It is the critical amino acid needed to trigger the mTORC1 pathway, which is the internal biological signal that tells your body to start building and repairing muscle protein synthesis. Furthermore, the golden yolks are not something to be feared. They provide vitamin D, a hormone-like nutrient directly linked to maintaining muscle strength and preventing the onset of sarcopenia. By including these heritage foods prepared with care, you are giving your body the high-quality tools it needs to rebuild. As we look at these ancient practices, we see a path towards strength that is both delicious and deeply restorative. Sometimes the biggest hurdle my patients face isn't a lack of desire to get strong, but a physical barrier like difficulty swallowing or dental discomfort. In Okinawa, they have a wonderful solution for this called Jimami tofu, or peanut tofu. Unlike the soy-based tofu we have discussed, this traditional delicacy is crafted from raw peanut milk thickened with sweet potato starch. Its texture is wonderfully smooth and mochi-like, which makes it very easy and pleasant to consume for seniors dealing with dental issues or swallowing difficulties known as dysphagia. Since peanuts consist of approximately 25% protein by weight and are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, this dish is a calorie-dense way to prevent the unintended weight and muscle loss that often worries us as we age. It is a reminder that nutrition can be as gentle as a lullaby, while still being incredibly powerful for your body. As we look at how the Okinawan lifestyle has evolved to meet the needs of the modern world, we also see the inclusion of lean chicken breast. While it may be a newer addition compared to ancient staples like miso chicken, has become a muscle-building powerhouse for contemporary seniors trying to meet modern geriatric protein recommendations. A simple 100-gram serving provides about 31 grams of high-quality protein. Just like the eggs we spoke about earlier, chicken is exceptionally high in leucine, the essential amino acid that acts as a key to trigger muscle repair and growth. It is a practical and effective tool for anyone looking to reclaim their physical independence. By embracing both these gentle traditional foods and modern nutritional choices, we create a complete path to restoration. In our next section, we will see how these proteins are put to work through the Okinawan secret of movement. In my clinic, I often tell my patients that eating high-quality protein is like buying expensive bricks for a new house. But those bricks will just sit on the lawn unless you have a builder to put them in place. In the Okinawan way of life, that builder is what they call natural movement. To maximize the muscle rebuilding efficacy of these proteins, Okinawans typically consume them alongside a specific nutritional matrix. This includes low glycemic antioxidant-rich foods like sweet potatoes, seaweed, and turmeric, which provide the stable energy and cellular repair needed for your body to function at its best. But the real secret is how they pair this nutrition with a lifestyle of constant, gentle activity. Instead of intense gym sessions that might feel daunting, they engage in gardening, walking, and the traditional habit of repeatedly sitting and standing from floor mats. This constant interaction with their environment provides the necessary mechanical stimulation to direct these proteins toward muscle synthesis. It tells your body that these nutrients are needed for strength and independence, not just storage. When you move your body in these natural ways, you are giving those bricks a purpose, allowing you to build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself at any age. As we close our time together, I want you to remember that your body is incredibly resilient. Aging is not a slow fade into the shadows, but a transition into what the Okinawans call a second spring. By choosing nutrient-dense bioavailable proteins like Shima Tofu or small oily fish, you are giving your cells the high-quality tools they need to overcome resistance and rebuild. When you pair this wisdom with natural movements like gardening or simply standing up more often, you are telling your muscles that they still have a vital purpose. You have the power to reclaim your strength, your balance, and your independence one meal and one movement at a time. Thank you for allowing me to share this journey with you. Stay hopeful, stay active, and I look forward to seeing you in our next conversation. Please note that health-related information on YouTube does not apply to everyone and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have health concerns, please contact your doctor or a hospital for consultation. If you believe you are in an emergency, contact your doctor or call your local emergency number immediately.